Welcome to the first annual Whiskey Award Show. Here's your host, Terrence Whisk-Eats.
Thank you so much. Good to see you guys tonight. You guys look
Look
good.
at Cole, bro. You killing him with that soup.
Stop. Just stop.
What up, though?
Good to see y'all, man. It's been a long time.
What up, man?
What's going
What's
on?
good with you?
Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Settle down, man. Settle down. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Welcome to the first annual Whiskey Award Show. Where today we're going to celebrate a lot of winners tonight. Yes, a lot of winners. A lot of people have won best in their category. And so before we get started, we like to ask a huge favor. Could you please hit subscribe if you're not yet subscribed? Or maybe hit a like, a comment. That no doubt helps the channel grow. We thoroughly appreciate you if you would. Thank you so much. We're going to discuss our first category is Best Cocktail of 2024. What is your favorite cocktail? What is something that you reach for when you're getting ready to have a nice pour? What is your go-to? Is something different? Is it outside of the old fashioned? Maybe in New York or whatever the case may be. Write down in the comments below and let me know your favorite cocktail. And maybe even give me a recipe. And I possibly even try it on the show. And then we could no doubt give you a shout out and let you know how it tastes too. So the best cocktail of 2024. Nominees are
The Old Fashioned, the Manhattan, Bourbon Hugo Spritz,
and the winner is none other than an Italian Bourbon Hugo. We'll explain in a minute. Italy, we accept this award on your behalf. Thank you so much. So, me and my wife, we got an opportunity to go to Italy for our 20th. And when we were there, we had these Hugos at different restaurants at the place we stayed. In fact, the place we stayed, the young lady, she made the best Hugos my whole time in Italy. And they were absolutely phenomenal. So when I came home, I wanted to make a bourbon version of it. And I did just so. And it just so happened to be the best cocktail I had all year. So the Bourbon Hugo is the best cocktail of 2024. You can have it in the summer, you can have it in the spring, in the fall, and the wintertime. It is refreshing, also warm. The Bourbon Hugo. In an episode, we'll do it and let you know exactly what we put in it so you can enjoy it too. But that is the 2024 best cocktail of the year. All right, so that moves us right along. Moving along, right? We're going over to Best Canadian Whiskey of 2024. Do you enjoy Canadian whiskeys?
Oh, not really.
What is your favorite Canadian whiskey? Which one do you reach for often? Well, here's the nominees for the Best Canadian Whiskeys of 2024.
Rich and Rare Canadian Whiskey, Crown Royal Black Canadian Whiskey, J.P. Weiser 24-year cask strength.
And the winner is J.P. Weiser 24-year cask strength blend. You know, J.P. Weiser, we accept this award on your behalf. We thank you for making such a beautiful, delicious whiskey. You know, it says I think it's a corn whiskey. I'm not quite sure, but it has rye spices. So it's maybe possibly finished in a rye barrel or maybe have a little rye in it, but it is absolutely phenomenal. You're gonna get some of those citrus notes. You're gonna get a little bit of that, I wanna say a little bit of char, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel. But really what shines through is those citrus notes, and it has such a balance. It's very viscous, it's very mouth coating, and it's soft. To be a cask strength, it is absolutely delicious. So if you see it, I honestly feel you won't regret it. All right, so that moves us on to our next category, Best Irish Whiskey. That is a trip that I want to go, a destination, Ireland, and Scotland too as well. But what is your favorite Irish whiskey? Well, the Best Irish Whiskey of 2024, and the nominees are
Jameson Black Barrel, Redbreast 12-year, Grace O'Malley 19-year.
And the winner is Grace O'Malley. Grace O'Malley did a phenomenal job. In fact, we know you couldn't make it here tonight, Grace O'Malley, but we accept this award on your behalf. It is truly a phenomenal blend, juices. It is truly delicious stuff. If you see it, I know we got it at Superfine here locally in Canton, Michigan. But if you see it anywhere, you won't regret it. It is a 19-year-old Irish whiskey. Absolutely delicious. So check it out if you get a chance. Best Irish whiskey 2020. All right, so that moves us right along to the best cognac of 2024. What is your favorite cognac? Now, I grew up on Hennessy. Hennessy and Coke was probably the first cocktail I've ever had. Hennessy and Coke, right? And then you move on to you got Martell. I remember we was over my cousin's fiance's house. No, my cousin's fiance's uncle house. And he pulled out a gold bottle of Martell. We was like, what is that? And I still ain't seen that bottle to this day. I don't know where it's at, where you can find it, but it was an actual gold bottle. That thing was sharp. We had a little sip of that, a little nip of it, but it was absolutely incredible. But what is your favorite cognac that you enjoy on a regular basis, if you enjoy cognac? Well, the best cognac that I had in 2024, here's the nominees.
Dude, XO cognac. Hennessy. Martell Blue Swift.
And the winner is none other than Doux. Doux, however you pronounce it in French. The French pronounce it Doux. That's what I was told, and so we're gonna go with Doux. I thought it said Douai, but it's absolutely a rich blend of deliciousness with some prune and grape notes in there, and a little char. So I think it may have been finished in a bourbon barrel. It's over 10 years old because it is an XO, but it is truly a phenomenal pour. It's reasonably priced for an XO, believe it or not. All right, best rye whiskey of 2024. And those who know me know I love me some rye. I love me a good rye with those spices that come through, those allspices, maybe them cinnamons and those clove notes and whatever the case may be. If they come through right and they kind of taper off in the back, that's a phenomenal rye. What's your favorite rye? Do you enjoy ryes? Write down in the comments below. Let me know what you like, what you enjoy. What is your favorite rye? You got any suggestions for me? Please let me know too as well. But the best rye of 2024, here's the nominees.
Bullet 12-year rye. Michter's 10-year rye. Jack Daniel's barrel proof rye.
And the winner is Michter's 10-year rye. Oh, man. Michter's 10-year rye was a phenomenal rye. It was the rye of all ryes this year. It had such a beautiful, delicious blend of almost like a bourbon / rye, almost like a boo rye. You ever heard of a boo rye before?
What?
Boo rye is basically half bourbon, half rye.
Oh, okay.
But it almost gave you that kind of feel to it because it drunk like a bourbon, but you did have that rye feel, and it just was very sweet on the tongue, but it finished very smooth, but it was present, and so it was definitely, the finish was there, but it just was an absolutely delicious sip. So Michter's 10-year rye was the rye of 2024. All right, so we're moving right along. As you can see, we're moving along. We're going to pretty much a lot of people's favorite category, and that's best bourbon of the year. What is your favorite bourbon? What is your best bourbon you've ever had? What is the best bourbon your lips have ever touched? I have mine, so we got that coming up in a future episode. The best bourbon I've ever had in my life. We'll give that on a future episode, and I think you guys will enjoy it. But the winner of 2024, the best bourbon of 2024, and the nominees are
Bardstown High Wheat Bourbon. Elijah Craig B524. Four Roses OBSQ.
And the winner is Four Roses Barrel Strength OBSQ. Four Roses, we accept this award on your behalf. We thank you so much for making such a beautiful, delicious sip. It had such beautiful notes. Kind of give you those little rye spices in there, little citrus notes, but it does have that drove of caramel that comes through, right? A nice drove of vanilla. You get a little butterscotch in there too as well. It was just absolutely a beautiful, delicious sip. So that's why it won my bourbon of the year, and I just could not deny it. Once I tried it up against other stuff, I said, you know what? This Four Roses is incredible. So OBSQ is my bourbon of the year. All right, now we're going on to one of my favorite categories, and it's best scotch of the year. Although I enjoy American whiskeys more, I still have a strong affection for scotches. So, 2024 best scotch of the year, here's the nominees right here.
Glenmorangie, Nectar Dior, Macallan Estate, Balmore 18 year.
And the best scotch of the year is Balmore 18 year. Balmore 18 year was absolutely phenomenal. It is such a beautiful scotch. You ever get your hands on one, it is truly a delicious sip. Didn't make it to the show, didn't get a chance to show it off. Kind of was gone before, we got started, but it was truly, truly, truly a delicious sip. Balmore 18. All right, so that moves us on to our next category, best world whiskey of the year. Now, what is world whiskey? Now, when we say world whiskey, we're talking about all of the whiskeys that doesn't have an E. So Irish whiskey, Scotches, Japanese whiskeys. Then you got Canadian whiskeys. And any whiskey, Indian whiskeys too as well, doesn't have the E in it. It's just the Y on the end. So world whiskey, anything other than American whiskey is this category. What do you enjoy? What is your favorite pour? Well, here's the nominees of the 2024 Best World Whiskey.
Hibiki Harmony, Balmore 18, Grace O'Malley, J.P. Weiser 24-year Castro.
And the winner is, this one was a tough one. This one was tough. It was almost a tie. It was between, but the winner is no doubt J.P. Weiser, 24-year cask strength blend, but I almost put Hibiki Harmony Series because that was truly a phenomenal sip too as well. So we're going to give them an honorable mention. Hibiki, the Harmony was truly delicious too as well, but that J.P. Weiser 24-year just beat it out slightly. Maybe because it's a little higher in proof and it pushed more flavor through, but I thoroughly enjoyed that J.P. Weiser. Can't sleep on that Hibiki Harmony. If you ever see it, it's truly delicious. All right, so where are we at now? We are at Best Distillery of the Year. What is your favorite distillery? What is your go-to? If you were only able to drink whiskey from one distillery, what would it be? What's your favorite? I know my favorite of all times, but does that mean my all-time favorite won this year? Well, let's find out. Here's the nominees right here.
Journeyman's Distillery, Buffalo Trace Distillery, Wild Turkey Distillery, Heaven Hill Distillery.
And the winner is none other than Buffalo Trace Distillery. Come on, man. Buffalo Trace Distillery, we accept this award on your behalf. Thank you for putting out such beautiful, delicious whiskey every single year. I had a bottle of William LaRue. I've had that for some years now, and I've nipped at it for years because it was such a delicious sip. But then you got Weller's 107, this is delicious. You got Blanton's, this is incredible. Your standard bourbon, Buffalo Trace, is incredible. I had a pour of George T. Stagg this year, and then I also had a pour of George T. Stagg years ago before I even really enjoyed whiskey. And we'll talk about that in the story too as well sometime down the road. Always, Buffalo Trace is putting out phenomenal juice every single year. And once again this year, although I would say it was decently close, they won Distillery of the Year. So thank you again, Buffalo Trace. You guys are phenomenal. Everyone over there, continue to do some hard work like you're doing today. All right, that moves us right along to everyone's favorite category, Best Spirit of the Year. Now, what is that? That's dealing with your bourbons, that's your ryes, your Irish whiskeys, your cognacs, your single malts, meaning your scotches or whatever the case may be, all encompassing in one category. See, we couldn't just do best whiskey of the year because you got Armagnacs too as well. You got cognacs. Those are not whiskeys. Those are brandy. So this is everything, the best spirit of 2024. What is it? Let's find out. Here's the nominees right here.
Dew XO Cognac, Michter's 10-year rye. Four Roses OBSQ. Balmore 18-year. JP Weiser 24-year cast strength.
And the winner is Michter's 10-year rye. Give it up. Give it up, y'all. Give it up. Michter's, you deserve it. What a phenomenal pour. What a phenomenal dram or bottle you made this year. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Those who've had it already know. I think I've seen it in some people's top categories. It's the best whiskey I had all year. And you guys are doing some phenomenal stuff over there at Michter's. Continue to do so. And would love to maybe tour your distillery one day. In fact, there's quite a few distilleries I want to tour. I would love to tour JP Weiser. I know it's not too far from us. It's across the pond, across the Detroit River over there in Canada. So maybe one day we'll get an opportunity to get an invite to come give a nice tour of JP Weiser. That'd be nice. So we have one final category. Now this one, I just so happen to be on. It's the Best Whiskey channel. I'm a nominee. I'm grateful for this. This was flown in from YouTube himself. So I don't know who the winner is, but I'm just grateful to be on the channel. So we'll find out. And so here's the nominees.
Bruzel. SLB Drinks. The Bourbon Judge. The Bourbon Junkies. Mash and Drum. Fred Middick. Whisk-Eats.
And the winner is... What? SLB Drinks. Here's your award. Kurt and your son, Trevor.
What?
Yeah, you guys won again. Not Trevor, I'm sorry. What's his name? You guys know his name. Trenton. Best Whiskey channel on YouTube. SLB Drinks. No, all in fun, all in fun. You know, what I plan on doing is really, down the road, is giving everyone a shout out who really helped me on this journey of starting my own channel. Right? There's a lot of guys that I watched during COVID that I learned from. And we're gonna give you a shout out. So we appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for watching. If you made it this far, you the man. You the one. Appreciate you. I know it was a little lengthy. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all. Like we always say, please always drink moderately and responsibly. Y'all have a good day.